Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogi Monster here. Welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF, as I like to call it. Good to see everybody tonight. A lot of people in chat already. That's awesome. Oh, excuse me, stepping on the electrical cord. Don't need the lights to go out. So, how's everybody doing? Huh? Good? Good. Let's see. Who do we have? We have Emma. How are you? Good to see you. David, you made it. Right on, brother. Annette, Mopar. Hey, Blue. Good to see you. Stacy Perez. How are you, hon? Iron Dogger. Right on. Rex. That's what happened when I turned down my phone. Dogger, you're going to Anchorage, right? So have a safe trip. And I'll be in touch tomorrow. Let me know you get there okay. And happy birthday to your mom. The big 80. Wow. Yeah, my dad turned 80 in February. Right on. You're having a big party. That's all right. That's cool. Right on. I'm going to have to get out. I'm going to have to go out in February too. We're going to have a party for my dad. Plus my sister's getting married like 2 weeks after that. So I got to spend some time in Arizona at some point. Who else we got here? Hey, Jen, Mr. Lee. If I said your name already, I apologize. Sandra Piper. Ben, where you been, man? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're all right. You know, you dropped off the face of the earth for a while, but like I said, I hope you're doing good. It's hurricanes and the COVID shit, and it's taking its toll on everybody. It's a shame, but we are resilient and we will bounce back. Hey, Taro, what's up? I know I pronounce it wrong every time. Hey, Flat Rock, what's going on? Yo, what's up, Connor? Who else? We got a lot. Claude, how you doing, man? Hey, I'm glad you got to talk to Old Bear. That's cool, man. Right on. Joe Parker, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, we had a good time this weekend. That was a blast. I downloaded a lot of the pictures onto my computer from my phone and from my the GoPro type camera, but I didn't get to my main camera yet, and that's full. I filled that friggin' thing up. So I don't know how much was from this weekend, but I think it's a 32 gigabyte card, so I had to empty out. I think I took out 52 gigabytes of memory from I put it on my external hard drive earlier. I was like, holy crap, I couldn't do anything. But yeah, I'll show some random videos from this weekend, just little bits and pieces. I didn't put anything together. I'm just gonna click on them and see what we have. It should be interesting. Be it me and Squatching Cowboy Joe hiking in the woods, nearly just like wanting to die after the first 50 yards. To just shots of the campsite. I say shots. I don't know how to take pictures. I just film everything. I know how to take pictures, but like I'd experiment with the new gimbal. So, I was walking through the woods a little bit with that. And I still have to figure it out. It would get a little off center. Nelson, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Who else? Michael, what's up? Hey, Ida. So yeah, guys, here, let me put the link in chat. You guys know the deal. Anybody wants to pop on, you have something you want to talk about, pop on and join me and say hello. What's up, Stevie? Good to see you. TFE. Your internet's only running chat. That sucks, dude. But it's better than nothing. I hope you can hear it. Johnny Half, what's going on? Uncle Bones. Who else we got here? Hey, Nikki. Harry Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks. She has when's your show, Nick? Sunday? I think it's Sunday, right? I could be wrong. Joe, if I come up with money, I'll go anywhere. No, if I can afford to drive there, I'll go there. But yeah, I'll go to Louisiana. Absolutely. Got to see my buddy Ben. And everybody else. And Christy, Cy. And you guys. Yeah, I'd go to Louisiana. What's up, Lockbeard? Chasing the Truth with Shawn G. What's up, man? Hey, I hope you guys checked out his channel. He is on Wednesday nights and Saturday nights. It's Chasing the Truth with Sean Graham. It's on the Dark Waters Network is on Saturday nights, and then he has his own show, Chasing the Truth with Sean Graham, on Wednesdays. Definitely check it out. I don't know the times he goes on, so it's probably around 9 or 8 or somewhere around there. I'm sure he'll let me know. Daniel Lundy, what's happening, man? So yeah, I'm gonna like I said, I have some videos. I don't know what's what. So it's gonna be could be anything. I didn't edit, I just downloaded. Hey, Miss T, good to see you. Jeff Harding, what's going on, man? I don't know if you guys like if any of the mods want to copy the link and just throw it in chat every now and then. That would be cool. I'll do it right now. And guys, thanks for doing what you do as far as modding. You guys are awesome. So, Joe, when are you thinking of doing something in Louisiana? And like when? What's going on in chat? Judy Wheeler, hey. All right, Don. Nikki says she says I got interviewed by Jerry Matthews and Thomas Steenberg today. Very cool. Sharon Guy. Hey, Abs. Who else? Yeah, it's good to see some new faces, some new names. It was cool to see someone asked over in Sawdust Beast's show, how do I get to Mogs' show? And Chick Feed was kind enough to post my link in their chat, so that was really cool. So thanks for that, Shelly. What else we got here? Well, what I'm going to do, I guess, is I don't know, start pulling up videos. I'm not going to sit here and till somebody hops on. You got to deal with me. What are we doing? Share video file. Okay, these pics, these little video clips are from the hike that Joe and I went on, and his buddy Kenny. Hey, Tracy Bennett, how are you? Here, let's go with this one. This was the beginning. Was it the beginning? Yeah. This bridge goes over the Ocoee River, and this is in southeast Tennessee. Oh no. And the Ocoee River is where at held Planet Olympics, Summer Olympics, is straight upstream from where you're looking. They have the course set up, and it's maybe not even a half mile up there. There's all flagpoles with different countries. But yeah, it's just gorgeous, gorgeous country. There's Kenny in front of me, and then Joe.
Sea's already bitching.
I can tell from the sea.
We ended up, we're going hiking straight ahead. We're going to cross the highway, and there's a trail. He was recording the whole time. I was recording the whole time.
He's on the other side.
And wait for this one.
Hold my hand, kids.
I'm afraid to see it. I was wearing the camera on my chest. That's why it's rocking back and forth like a GoPro setup.
You saw the arrow and went, wait. I did the same thing. I was like, wait a minute.
We were on the opposite side of the street, but the arrow was pointing that way, coming against traffic, but it was a turn lane. But when we first got there, it was weird.
Look at Kenny, all healthy, got the rail.
And what's weird, since it's sitting on my chest, you know, it's pressed right against.
All right, here we go.
If we stop, especially probably in the first stop that we do, it looks like the camera's twitching.
Yeah, it is.
But it's my heartbeat. It's bizarre. Oh, this should be interesting to hear all of us gasping for air and ready to throw up.
Clear the path.
I'm breathing heavy just from crossing the street.
You just want me to go fast, I won't see you stick out.
That's weird, dude. Remember the story I just told you about breaking my leg?
Yeah.
And there was a stream coming down next to the trail.
Well, don't go south, buddy. I'm already done.
It's hard to tell, but this was a steep trail. It's pretty narrow in the beginning, and it drops off.
We're all thinking the same thing. This sucks.
figured I'd bore you guys a little bit with this. I don't know, because there's many times that I clicked it off, but I just want to see how bad this is when we're sitting here.
Don't get old, folks. We probably went about 70 yards.
Hey, Robin.
This is why we should have parked on this side of the street.
Let me, we'll get back to this, guys. I have a bunch more little clips. I want to bring on Ben. What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
How you doing? It's been so long.
I'm doing all right, bro. It's been a long time.
Yeah, man. It's good to see
A
you.
really long time. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing good, bro. I've been working a lot.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Keep me busy.
Yeah. What you been up to?
Doing this shit, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm living in Florida. I don't know if you knew that.
I did know that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just kicking it down here. Just spent the weekend. I drove up to Tennessee. Went to they called it the Squatch Out. It was sponsored by the Squatching Cowboy and Old Bear's Den of Bigfoot and Manimal Research. They had a big camp out. It was a cool, fun time. That's what I was just showing this video of.
Yeah.
You know, I have so much crap I took pictures of, and well, I'll keep showing them throughout the night.
Absolutely, man.
So what else is going on, man?
Dude, everything's good. Everything's good. I can't complain about anything. I mean, we have hurricanes and COVID and all of that stuff, but
oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. Well,
you gotta push on past that.
No, absolutely. And I'm here down in there's a target on my back here with hurricanes too. You know.
Yeah, you're right.
Not like
you're
I'm
right
sitting in Arizona anymore.
You're right about that. You're right about that. You miss Arizona?
I miss my family. That's it.
Yeah.
You know.
You talk to them on the telephone? You used to be with your dad now, huh?
Well, I mean, I live by myself or I had roommates, but yeah, my dad was out there and my sisters are out there.
Yeah.
My nephews, and there's a lot of family out there now. The only family I have left on the East Coast, as far as like immediate, is my sister. She's still in Jersey.
Yeah.
But she'll probably end up out there.
What made you move?
It was time. It was I was getting antsy.
A change of scenery.
Yeah, and an opportunity presented itself. So I thought I had reserved, kind of. I figured I'd be out there like helping my dad and stuff like that. And I did before I left. I made sure I got shit done that had to get done. But the situation changed where like, like his ex-wife moves back to Arizona and it was back in the picture. So I didn't have to be there. So
I got you.
Yeah, it kind of.
So why'd you pick Florida?
I was asked, and I have friends here.
Yeah, man, that's understandable. I just hadn't talked to you in a long.
I know,
man. Man, dude, it's been a long time, bro.
Yeah, it's been months.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I've been working, bro.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's the reason I never can watch your shows because I got to wake up at 3 a.m. most of the time. You know.
Yeah. It's the only downfall to this late show.
Yeah. You're right.
And it's funny because I don't realize it. Well, I didn't realize it when I was in Arizona exactly how late it is. You know.
But you know what now?
Well, yeah, because now I have to stay up that late.
Yeah, Eastern time. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, dude, I'm doing great. What you saw any Bigfoot lately?
Have I seen any?
Yeah.
I've never seen Bigfoot.
You never, yeah, me neither. I've heard one, but I've never seen one.
But I really haven't been looking that much. I just started getting into the woods looking, with that, knowledge in my head.
Yeah,
it's not the same going in the woods anymore. It's,
yeah. I
head
mean, you
on
kind of know what
swivel
to
and,
look
well, yeah,
towards.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm always looking now. I mean, I
yeah,
always paid attention when I was in the woods, but I wasn't looking for, you know,
yeah.
something like that.
Man,
Now I know if I saw it, I know what it is.
yeah. Man, you have a large audience now.
Do I?
Wow, yeah, man. Compared to when we used to, yeah, be on the show all the time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. Congratulations,
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
congratulations,
Yeah. The subscribers, it's nothing outrageous. It's still just plugging along. But that's
dude.
fine.
You're doing great. Yeah,
It's this is, guy. I mean, I have 65 watching right now.
yeah,
All my friends are in chat.
yeah.
What more can I want?
You're right. You're right, man. You're right about that.
Yeah. So, Sawdust Beast, what's up, Mark? Good to see you.
They want to see your videos, bro.
Yeah,
You see that?
we get a lot of. What's that?
Don't let me hold them back from that for sure. They want
What
to
do
see
you
your
mean?
videos. Don't
What's
let
that?
don't let my presence on here hold them back from seeing your videos. That's what they want
Oh,
to
don't
see.
be silly, dude. No, I never show videos.
Mm.
I'm glad I had them. No, dude, don't be silly. We were, yeah, that hike was kind of funny because we were so out of shape.
I know how that goes.
Well,
I
I feel bad
definitely
for Joe because he really couldn't catch his breath because he had COVID, and he'd gotten over it, but it kicks your ass. So,
It does.
but
I had it. Yeah, it does.
yeah,
Yeah. It's wow. It's nothing to laugh at.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no, 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 no.
dude, I slept
Oh,
for like
I'm
two
not
days.
making fun of it. No way.
Oh no, me either, man. I slept for like 2 days, but still, like a month later, I can still feel it.
That's like when I had pneumonia. I mean, that lasted forever.
I know. I mean, my my boss had pneumonia, and he's still not over that shit. I mean, that stuff. I don't know if y'all still curse for real.
So Iron Dogger says, "Hey, good to see you." And Stevie said, "Where the hell you been?"
I've been pretty good. I can't complain. Bunch of trees down, It's
Yeah.
Louisiana. That's.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So Joe Parker in chat, he was up in Tennessee,
Hmm.
talking to those guys. He just said, "Would I be interested in going to Louisiana?" Like,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they're going to have an outing, if they're going to do it in Louisiana, I'm there. There's
Fair. Where
I got a
y'all
lot of
going?
friends in Louisiana.
Where y'all going, bro? I'm interested for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll figure out what their plan is. That would definitely be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go for the food.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, man. What's your favorite?
Um, Anything with seafood, gumbos and jambalayas, or anything with
Yeah.
like, I love like Cajun sausage. Um, yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I got spoiled this weekend because we had some good food. We had some jambalaya and gumbo and uh, steaks and chicken and hamburgers. It was just, if, like I said the other day, if anybody left there hungry, it was their own fault.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
Seven Pearls, I haven't heard from him. She says, does anybody know how Squatching Cowboy is? He's been sick.
Mm.
No, I haven't. Haven't. What does Joe Parker say? Squatchy Cowboy. Yeah, I haven't heard from Joe, guys.
That's your buddy that you went on the Sasquatch thing with, the little trip to Tennessee.
Oh, Joe was there. Yeah, Squatching Cowboy. He was one of the sponsors.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like somebody just said he was sick. So
Does he have a YouTube channel?
Squatching Cowboy. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, Bat Mom says saw him in chat last night. Hey, Barb Santy, how are you? He missed Joe's comment about Louisiana. He said Joe Pass wants to call it 169. It's a week and an hour. That's awesome. That's funny.
You must have quit smoking, huh?
No.
No. All right.
No, but I'm in someone else's house and I don't smoke in their house.
I understand completely.
I mean, I will. I'll have a smoke, or I'll probably maybe have two before the night's through. But yeah, you know.
Yeah. You seen Long Island Bigfoot lately?
He's been around.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him. I think he might have been here the other day, Tuesday.
Okay.
I don't know if I saw him, but he's been keeping busy. He's doing good.
Yeah.
Just let me post this in chat again. Guys, the link's in chat if anybody wants to use it. Just if you're first time user, just push it, follow the directions. It's pretty simple. And if you do come on, if you're first time, make sure that when you come on that you don't have YouTube playing in the background, because it just wreaks havoc. Yeah, I went to a couple of months ago. I went to the Florida Bigfoot conference. Just first one, checked it out. That was fun.
Yeah.
See, it's funny. I am at this Tennessee thing. Everybody was selling something. This guy's selling T-shirts. This guy's selling T-shirts. This guy's selling his own book.
Yeah.
I'm the dumbass sitting there handing out, giving away bandanas.
Wow.
No, it was fun. I wasn't there to sell shit. I was like, hey, I have them. Then they weren't like, there's no printing on them or anything. It was just a bandana, but it was like, hey, it's from me. Enjoy. All right. What did I miss, Stevie? I see. Oh, what's up, Claude? Hang out, dude. Hey, yeah, Ben, meet Claude. Claude, this is Ben. You're both in Louisiana.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Where you at?
I'm about 10 miles north of Ruston, up on the Arkansas line.
All right, I got you. Around the Fog Monster, right?
No, not that far west.
All right, got you.
I'm almost dead center of the top of the state.
All right.
Yeah. Where you at?
I'm in St. James Parish.
St. James, all right. Ron Gonzalez?
Yep. Ron Gonzalez. Absolutely Gonzalez, definitely.
Cool. Y'all got hit pretty hard down there?
Dude, we got smoked.
Yeah.
We got smoked bad, dude. They hit us hard. Yeah.
Everybody I know in that area got, I got people in Walker, Baton Rouge. I'm from Baton Rouge originally.
All right.
I'm familiar with the whole area. And I got a lot of friends down there hurting right now. Me, I skip town. I'm on the road. I travel all the time. So,
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you
I
didn't
feel
even get
bad.
affected by it.
Me?
Yeah, you were way out of the way.
I was way out of the way. I was in Alexandria to begin. That's where I hang out around Alec. That's where I do most of my Sasquatch work, you know.
Mm.
But
You see?
when I
All
saw
right,
the storm
hey,
was
I'm going to bring up Daniel Lundy. He's going to join us.
Sasquatch work, you know. Oh,
How you doing,
what's
Daniel?
up, Daniel? How you doing, Mom?
How's it going, Daniel?
All right.
Daniel Lundy. He's going to join us. All right, Daniel, you have to turn off YouTube.
How you doing, Daniel?
Keep StreamYard on, but close out YouTube.
All right, Daniel, you have to turn off YouTube.
Okay, just bear with me a minute.
Keep StreamYard on, but
All right. There you go.
How you doing, Daniel?
Can you hear us all right? I don't think you can hear us.
We have sound turned down. How about now, Mogs?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Perfect. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Right on. Where are you coming from?
Very Florida.
Oh, right on. Whereabouts?
Oh, that's
where in Florida?
Taylor County, Big Bend.
Oh, you're up on the Big Bend?
Yes, sir.
You guys just got a little rain, didn't you?
Yes, sir. We sure did.
Yeah, it missed us. I know Orlando got some of that too. I know Stevie got some rain. Stevie B.
Yep.
So what's up?
Thought I'd join in with you. What the heck, you know? You're in Florida now, so.
So do you get out and do any squatching, or what's
No, sir. Not now. I don't. I'm pretty much locked into the trailer park right now. But
Have you ever seen a Sasquatch?
I do have a story to share if you
right.
guys are willing to listen to it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
What are you? Are you on your phone or what are you on?
I'm on my computer.
Okay, because your speakers, your mic sounds kind of distant.
Kind of raspy.
It doesn't sound clear. I mean, it's clear. Well, you know what? If we shut up, we'll hear you.
I mean, I don't want to mess you guys up.
Oh, not at all, dude. Not at all.
No, man, you sound. I mean, it's hearable for sure. It's audible.
Yeah.
You got a story to tell? Go for it. We'll shut up.
Okay. Well, if you're willing to listen, I'll share a story with you.
You got it.
I'm 53 years old, and this was back when my dad was alive. So I'm guessing I might have been around maybe 24 years old, and over here we hunt deer with dogs, or at least we used to back then. And I was circling the block one evening, and I never ever left the woods until it was dark 30. I loved it that much. And I saw where a group of hogs had come across the road. And back in those days, that was against the law. You couldn't, after the first 2 weeks, you couldn't hunt hogs. But, I didn't care. I was close to home, and I'd book it to the house if I killed one. And I saw where I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 or maybe more hogs had come across the road over everything. And we circled the block several times, So the company that I hunted with was my kinfolk, and they didn't care nothing about that, and I didn't say nothing about it. I just slept up into the block. This block is known as the Garden Lakes, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this later on. I went into the block with a 308 automatic Winchester. It belonged to my dad, and me being a young buck, I hadn't bought any guns yet, and this was a gift of my dad to me. So I slipped up in there, and by the way, I knew about the Patty film and the UFO films, and I was always interested in that kind of stuff. But in Florida, Bigfoot did not exist. Sorry. That maybe in California and in those areas, but over here, I never heard no such a thing. So I slipped up in there and I could hear the cat squirrels going crazy. I mean, man, they was coming and glued. I said, this is a easy kill right here. I'm gonna get me some wild hog. I'm gonna slip up out of these woods, and Mama's gonna come out to the house with a butcher knife, and we're gonna have some wild hog. So I slipped up in there, and it's a this area here, what I call the Garden Lakes. Garden Lakes, as in God, Almighty God, Garden Lakes. I slipped up in there, and those squirrels was going crazy, and I said to myself, I'm gonna wade in this water. I'm gonna slip up on them squirrels is telling on them, and I'm gonna keep me some hog. I got up maybe a couple of 100 yards. That's just my guess. And suddenly I noticed that the squirrel wasn't barking anymore. And you got to understand, I have hunted, my daddy took me hunting from the time I was able to get inside the truck and hold a gun. I had a 308. There's nothing in this world that should keep you from going anywhere with a 308 automatic Winchester. And I had the most horrifying feeling I've ever had in my whole life. Now, what I'm about to tell you, I'm trying to put two and two together. After listening to Sasquatch Chronicles, Dogman, you guys, everybody in the neighborhood, let's say. But that day, when I walked in there, that 308 gave me no sense of security. None at all. I all of a sudden had tunnel vision. I didn't think it, I knew something was watching me and it wanted me to die. It wanted me, the best way I can say it is it wanted to kill me. I had seen panthers with my dad, and yes, there are black panthers in the state of Florida. I'm not scared. Look, I'm not scared of nothing. If you give me a 308 or even a automatic Model 11 shotgun, even with birdshot, I'm not scared of nothing. But that day, oh, hell broke loose. If you had ever seen the movie, I can't think if I can get the name of the movie right. But with this movie, demons was coming down on it. This is like a 1986, 1985 movie where the demons was running this dude out of the countryside, and I can't think of the name of it. That's what this reminded me of. I was looking up in the trees and I couldn't understand why. I did not know if this was a Bigfoot. That didn't even come into my mind. All I knew is something wanted to kill me and it hated my guts. And let me explain to you this. I left those woods when I realized those cat squirrels weren't barking and all this started coming together. I left those woods with tunnel vision. And when I came home, my family looked at me and said, "What in the world is wrong with you, son? You never leave the woods until dark." And another thing they said, "You can look at me and tell I'm white." I was whiter than this. I'm telling you, I was shining. I was scared out of my wits. And my dad made fun of me. He thought that was the funniest thing. He said, "Daniel will run up on a demon." That's what I thought I'd run up on. Well, the next day, I go to work and I'm friends with my supervisor. And me and his daughter, we went to church together. And honestly, we love one another, but not like that. We really love one another as human beings.
Yeah.
And I told him what happened. He says, "Oh, I never told you about a few years ago about that time that I shot a Bigfoot just down the road." I'm talking about it might not have been a football field, maybe a quarter of a mile. I mean, it's just, you can hear a shotgun blast from this distance.
Yeah.
He said, "I was up in there, Daniel," and he said, back in those days, they had cut the pine down and they had the logs stacked up on the pile. And he said, "I went in there thinking I was going to kill me a duck, man, a buddy of mine." And he said, "This rascal jumped up in front of me." And he said, "First thing I did is I peppered him. All he had was birdshot. He didn't hurt him." So he said, but he said, "This thing moved so fast it was unreal." And he said, "It looked like an orangutan." Okay, bear with me just a second. You mean to tell me, my whole life I thought Bigfoot was something tall and black, okay, and lived in California or Oregon or Washington State. I never knew anything like this existed in Florida. But he said this thing was about 7 foot tall, and he said it run across that log pile like it was nothing. And he said it had long red hair like an orangutan, and he peppered it with a load of birdshot. All right. A couple of years ago, I say a couple of years before this happened, my dad, I love him so much. He's passed on. He passed away in '96. So a few years before this, I said, "Dad, why do they call this area over here the Garden Lakes?" He said, "Well, son, old timers used to say that a woman would come up out of the water and scream." Well, it took up until now, honestly, I say now, maybe a few years ago, of watching all the testimonies and what have you, to make me think, well, this could possibly not be a panther, because that was the first thing that came to my mind when Daddy said that. There's the upper lakes and there's the lower lakes. I was in the lower lakes, and it's kind of weird the way we call things around here. These lakes are actually sinkholes, and there's flat ponds where they used to be before Buckeye Cellulose drained everything. Used to be flat ponds surrounding these lakes or sinkholes. And I kind of think now it is possible that what my friend shot and what old timers used to talk about, it's quite possible that that could have been the same thing. It could have been what we know in Florida as the skunk ape. He said it was about 7 foot tall. And let me explain something to you. when I was trying to stalk those hogs and I was zeroed in on them, I could hear the squirrels cackling, and nothing better than to hunt a hog in water because you can wade that water and not crunch a leaf, and you can hear those hogs splashing the water and carrying on and chomping on those acorns on top of the water floating. Suddenly, I realized none of that was going on, not so much as a squirrel. And if any of you have ever hunted out of a deer stand, squirrels will be all over you, right? Any of you guys ever hunted in a tree stand, the squirrels will be all on top of you, but get ready to hunt one. That squirrel knows when he's being hunted. And this squirrel right here knew he was being hunted. And I got laughed at, like I said, by my hunting crew. And all the hunting crews are Lundys. We was the Lundy clan. But this clan did not believe what I was telling them, and Dad made fun of me. But it ain't no joke. I left out of there wild as a sheep. If I could have pissed myself, I would have. I've never done that, but I'm sure if it is possible for this man to piss himself, I would have done it. I was so horrified. With a 308, think about what I'm saying. A 308 automatic. There's nothing that can stand in your way with a 308, even with a shotgun, man. Come on. Even with a shotgun filled with birdshot. If that joker's on top of you, you can burn his butt and run.
Right.
I ran, and my gun did not feel like it was my safety point. And I left the woods. And if you just knew Daniel Lundy, you would understand. This homeboy did not leave the woods. I did not leave. I'm the type of guy, if there's a chance I could bring something out of the woods, I would. And I would not. There is something going on out there. Now, let me follow up a little bit. A few years later, I had never seen a bear. And by the way, we got a lot of bear in Taylor County, but I had never seen one. And what I thought what a bear would look like at night, standing by the road, I assumed it to be a bear. It didn't look like a bear, but it was a pretty big fella. Not as broad as I had heard other folks talk about, but it was a pretty big fella. But I chalked it off when I passed over the bridge as a bear. Just down the road from there is a place that I used to like to go fish for what we call speckled perch, what y'all call crappie. And this is a few years later after I saw this. And I've seen bear since then. That wasn't a bear by the highway. This joker was a horse. He may have been. And look, you hear guys talk about how big he was and this and that and the other. I'm trying to look back in time and think about what I saw. I knew it wasn't a bear. And it's quite possible that this thing was what we call a Bigfoot or a skunk ape or whatever. But just maybe, I'm going to say 3 or 4 miles down the road, I hang a right. I go into a place where the Osceola River goes down into the ground and it comes up in sinkholes. And it does that for a few miles, then it comes back up, and then it goes out into the Gulf. I was in there one day, and I've always, you try to chalk everything back then, back then, and leave it alone. It could be this, it could be that. Back then, when I was fishing at the All Saints, I had never been on a computer. I had never listened to anything on a computer. And please don't take this as an insult, but back then I used to say, folks that get on the computer all the time ain't got a life. Well, guess what? I don't got a life. If you get me, I got sinus trouble. So anyway, I slip up into those sinkholes in there, and I'm catching me some speckled perch. And I'm by myself. And every weekend, normally I go and I take my nephews and I take my knucklehead son. And they always outcatch me, but we always come back home with a big old stringer of fish, and I get my nephew to fry them up. You know, these kids spoil me rotten. But that weekend, I didn't take them. They couldn't go. I forget why. But I heard my nephew say, Uncle Daniel. You know, he's screaming for me, Uncle Daniel. And mind you, I'm there every weekend. It's just like clockwork. And I says, what in the world? How in the world did little Rick get over here? I called for him and called for him, nothing. And this is why I'm trying to put everything together, listening to y'all talk, listening to everybody talk. I'm sitting there fishing, and I've caught me a few fish. I've heard my name called, so I moved to another sinkhole. Every sinkhole has what I call hoggy or bully fish. You got 4 or 5 that's going to try to get it like that, and then it's going to quieten off. So best thing to do is move to the next sinkhole. You're going to catch 4 or 5, move to the next sinkhole. So I moved to the next sinkhole, which is luckily closer to my truck because I always go to furthest first and then move towards the truck. Something started tearing up a tree in back of me. Well, the year before that, I had took my grandson with me to what we call Pinhook, which is just off of Highway 98, just across the road from I forgot the name of the place. Doesn't matter. Pinhook. And I saw what I thought was a gorilla in the road. Okay, so if you've ever seen a bear sitting down in the middle of the road, he really looks like a gorilla. He's got the dome head. He's sitting down like this, and he looks up at you. So I told my grandson, I says, Terry, come on, let's walk up to him. You know, back then I was young and strong, so I ain't like I am now. You can throw a rock at me and I'll fall to pieces. But I take Terry, and Terry, you know, he's like maybe 7 or 8 years old, and he's following Papa. I said, let's see what this bear do, because he don't look that big. So the bear sees us coming up close, and he picks up and he goes to walking from us, and he goes into the woods. And let me tell you something. This is one pissed off bear. A 200-pound bear can tear up some woods. Now, let's go forward in time to this day when I'm sitting at the sinkhole. A bear will make all kinds of noise. He will rip and rear, and he will tear up a cabbage tree, a sable palm, whatever you want to call them. He will tear up a cabbage tree. He'll tear that place up. He'll make some racket. This thing would, I was sitting there fishing, and I'm looking across the sinkhole at my truck. And in back of me, I would say about 50 yards, it sounded like a tree fall. Obviously, and I'm sorry, some people say that, Bigfoot will push around a push over a tree this big around. Guys, I'm not that. I don't buy that, okay? Maybe a rotten one, but, a front end loader and I run a bunch of them can't do that. This thing, whatever it was, pushed over a tree. I don't know what, if it's rotten or whatever. A tree fell, which is not uncommon. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, tree fell, no big deal. As long as I ain't over my truck and I can get out of here and I can go home with some fish. Then limbs began to strip off of this tree. And all hell broke loose. And I kept fishing and I kept thinking, what in the world? And then, guess what? The same thing that happened to me when I got out of my truck several years ago, following those hog tracks. A horror from hell, as best I can explain it. Excuse me a second. That's my wife. She's just wondering who I'm talking to. Sorry.
It's your girlfriend.
Boy, she gonna kill me now. But I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there thinking, all of the hell that I had kept back in my head all those years ago, back when my children were 1, 2, and 3. Came up on me just like that. And I knew that wasn't no bear. I had heard bear before, guys. Never seen one. I had heard them. I know what they sound like, I've been to the movies, okay? But this thing here made no bear sound. And it was ripping limbs. It was breaking limbs off, man. If you could have heard it. And I was looking at my truck across the sink, may have been as hard as you could throw a baseball across. However, maybe 100 yards. I don't know.
Hey Daniel, have you ever heard them make like a call?
Excuse me?
Have you ever heard them make a call, like a siren type call?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was keeping quiet because all I was wanting to be was fishing. I wasn't looking for Bigfoot. Like I said, what had happened to me at the so-called Garden Lakes way back then.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm trying to tell you is that is a horror from hell. You got a 308 in your hand, automatic, full, and I've got plenty of shells in my pocket. I'm not scared of a bear. I wouldn't care if I saw one, a wild hog. And guys, you've heard the crazy stories. Look, I was raised up. I'm a hog farmer, domesticated. I've seen them 1,000 pounds and more. I wasn't scared of them then. I'm scared of them now. I'm an old man. I say old, I'm 53. Sorry, Mollins. But then, that thing that hit me when I went into that block of woods, whatever it was, I was looking in the trees and I was looking into the trees and I was looking at the top of the trees and I could not fathom what was going on. Something had hit me and I was horrified. The same day, it may have been 20 years later, I forget, okay? I don't keep track of time like that. But I'm in that sink and I'm fishing by myself and I've never felt threatened like this in my life other than that one time.
Understandable. Sure.
I couldn't. Man, you know how banana spiders are in Florida now, don't you, Moggs?
Oh, I do. I haven't seen them in Florida yet. I saw them in Alabama, though.
Okay, so you take your cabbage fan and you hold it up in front of you when you're in a trail, and you just keep beating in front of you. Mainly not to get spiders on your face, but to get all
The
those
web.
spider webs in your face. None of that mattered. And when I was fishing, by the way, I didn't have a gun, and I couldn't crank that truck fast enough. And that where I those old sinkholes where those trucks, where those little tram roads go into those sinkholes, you got to weave and you got to wind around this tree and you got to wind around that. I couldn't get around there fast enough. Now, was that a skunk ape? I don't know. But I can tell you this, I knew that the same thing that hated me then several years ago, when I left out of the woods and I come home and I look white as a sheep, I come back home several years later white as a sheep. There is something in those woods. I've never seen a Bigfoot. By the way, I've seen panther cats. I've seen black panthers. People say they don't exist. I know for a fact they exist.
They even here in Louisiana, man.
Yes, sir.
They're here in Louisiana.
I got some brethren in Christ who live in Louisiana who know that they exist. Okay, and yes, sir, I am a Christian. I might not walk and look like the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? But I believe in Him. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you, there's something out there. I didn't see it. I have seen what I believe may have possibly have been a Bigfoot on what we call the Incofina River Bridge and Highway 98 in Taylor County. Oh, by the way, a couple of years ago, I had never heard of the term whoop.
There it is.
Started hanging around the Bigfoot community, right, y'all?
Damn.
Sparkles
Couldn't
and
resist.
Man and you know, all of you guys. I started listening to this and I got to thinking, So me and my buddy and my other buddy, Ed, and Eddie, right? So we're going to go to a place on the Taylor County, just inside the Taylor County line. It's on the Osceola River, and it's called Mandalay. If you guys can ever check this place out, check out what is known as Mandalay or the Osceola River. On the Osceola River and the Wasessa River, it's loaded with Indian mounds, and you know it's a beautiful sight. You'll be walking the swamp, suddenly you'll see a square hill in the middle of the swamp.
This is up in northern Florida?
Yes, sir. Just like maybe
They got cypress up there?
Maybe 50 miles below Tallahassee.
Okay.
They got cypress forests up there? Or
Yes,
swamp?
sir. Yes, sir.
Quickly, I just want to say what's up to Shawn. How's it going, man?
Hey, I just didn't want to interrupt Daniel with that fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't either. But
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, that's a great story.
I did not want to intrude in on Mr. Daniel Lundy there at all.
I think he's still going. I just wanted to, say hi.
Well, please, by all means, if anybody's got anything to say, go ahead.
Are you finished with your story?
No, sir, not just yet.
Okay, go for it.
I got just like 2 minutes more.
No, it's all good.
Good.
The whoop thing. I thought that was the silliest thing I ever heard. You know, I'd seen some videos and I heard some whoops like this. So every year, if you go to what we call the Osceola River and what we know as Mandalay, which is a launch ramp close to the Gulf off of Highway 98 in Taylor County, when it gets to be freezing cold weather, the mullet, I don't know if you guys know what mullet are. I'm sure Mods does by now.
Oh, yeah, I do.
These rivers and get in these springs and spawn. And so every year, me and my buddies will go up in there and we'll check before we launch a boat, and we'll listen to see if the mullet are jumping, We'll do that a couple of nights or a couple of weekends, and when we're sure that the mullet are actually in there thick enough, we'll go in there with some snatch hooks. They're prong hooks. They're about, look at my fingers, about this size. And you throw in amongst them and you snatch, and you're allowed 50 per bait, which is a lot of fish. So we're standing on the dock and there's nobody there. And I'm always clowning with my buddies, okay? The werewolf, the dog man. Ever since I started listening to this stuff, I like to clown on them and try to spook, especially one of my number one buddies. And they're sitting there arguing, and all of a sudden I heard a whoop. But it was a whoop like like a hunter says to another hunter, hey, like that. It wasn't a loud whoop. And I thought, oh my goodness.
Been watched.
Listen to me, guys. In Taylor County, we don't say whoop. We say whoop. Whoop. Like that. Like that keeps somebody from thinking, oh, there's another hunter around or whatever. Or if the game warden's around. Sorry, guys, but in Taylor County, we don't love game wardens. Okay? I heard this. When I heard that, I was telling my buddies, hey, y'all take it serious. And they didn't take it serious. We've been listening to dogmen stories and Bigfoots and all that all year long. This has been a couple of years ago. Okay? Only a couple of years ago. And along this Osceola River, Inconfina River, and these string of sloughs, these all kind of tie in together, close together when it hits the Gulf. And oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you one thing. There is a little bit more to the story. There's a place called Rock Island off the coast of Taylor County. Behind Rock Island is obviously Indian settlements from long ago. I don't know from how long ago. Me and my brother-in-law, we used to go back there and we'd catch us a bunch of fish, and we'd walk the marsh. And it's, when I say marsh, it's a lot of sand. It's just a sandy marsh. And then you'll run into ponds and stuff, saltwater ponds where the creeks run into it. I was sitting there fishing with my brother-in-law one day, and I've learned to keep quiet around certain people. And I saw, I thought it was kind of strange, if you go from, let's say, Inconfina to or Hickory Mound to where I'm talking about, you'll spend maybe 20 minutes getting there on boat. And we go up in this creek and it's low tide. So we got to wait for the tide to start coming in. The fish will start coming in. We're set and ready. We got anchor set. Redfish and trout start biting. And I'm looking and I'm sitting in the boat, and there's what the best I can describe it is female foot tracks. Barefooted. You don't walk barefooted in these creeks, man. You don't walk barefooted in these creeks. This is nothing but oyster bars. You're going to cut your feet all to pieces. This is no joke. When I was young, I'm not tough no more. Man, I'm a wimp now. When I was young, I wouldn't walk barefooted in that mess. But a female, what appeared to be a female foot track, maybe, look at my hands, about this long, was walking around the oyster bars and around the sand on low tide. I thought, well, that's weird. Didn't say nothing to my brother-in-law because he thinks I'm a nut anyway. If I was to have a suspicion of anything, so we go, and this is weird. The exact same time next year, and I'm gonna guess this may have been about possibly 4 years ago. And let's see, 2016 is when the big storm hit Taylor County, right? And it did some major damage to Taylor County and Tallahassee and the surrounding areas. I uh, was without electricity for a week. So at the same time, my mama had passed away. Afterwards, my brother-in-law would go fishing in the same place. And he says, "Look, let's go walk those marsh islands where we used to go. There's some graves out there."
I hate to interrupt you, but I'm gonna have to get off here. I'm running on battery lights and the battery's going down. So y'all have a good evening. Good talking to
Thanks,
you.
Claude.
You
I,
too, man.
Well, I'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Right.
Thanks.
I apologize. I hope I'm not overrunning myself.
Got to be an end to it sometime. I'm kidding. No, dude.
But you
Keep
know,
going.
I'm trying to put two and two together, and I'm doing it now. I'm not doing it back then. But I'm looking up at the old scrub oaks that's probably 14, 15 foot tall on the Marsh Islands. And those Marsh Islands are really, in my opinion, Indian mountains. Okay? Some people think they're where the Indians used to make their villages. No, that's Indian Mounds. Man, that ain't nothing but shells built on top of one another.
The Midden
Uh,
Mounds.
yes, sir. It's just Indian Mounds, is all it is. You'll go to an island, what looks like a marsh island, you'll start seeing oyster shells and mussel shells. That's just filter. That's all that is. And then they'll put their stuff on top of that and they cover it with dirt. Well, you got to figure tsunami after tsunami, some of that stuff's gonna wash off. But during that period of time, you're gonna have what we call swamp cabbage and oak trees growing on top of it. So anyway, brother-in-law wants to walk around and just look, see if we can't find an arrowhead or whatever. We didn't find any. I found a bunch of flint and some pottery. We just left it there. And as we're heading back, I see, oh, by the way, rope, this big around, what holds these gigantic freighters to the port and what have you, are on top of these oak trees. So that must have been a heck of a high tide they had during that storm that we had in 2016. So anyway, we're heading back, and I see a foot track about this long. And I'm not lying to you, I about cried. I didn't say nothing to my brother-in-law. He's a brain injury, okay? So I don't want to be insulting to him. My wife tells me not to talk you guys to death. I apologize. And I'm looking at this foot track, and I'm thinking, how in the world can a 2-year-old child be out here by himself? And then that memory of that female, and I know it's female. You know a female just like you know a female deer. If you've ever watched an animal walk, females walk different than males. A buck, he walks like an old turd, just like this. A doe, she walks petite. And beside the fact that the track that I saw in the creek the year before was really petite, and there wasn't nobody out there camping. And man, this is like 30 miles away from anywhere. Okay. And here I see a child's track about this long. I didn't say nothing. It has bothered me. This thing has bothered my heart ever since then. But I think it is possible that this right here could have had something to do with, you guys have talked about Bigfoot and little people. A Bigfoot doesn't have to be 12 foot tall. It can be 6 foot tall, 5 foot tall, she foot tall. You know what I mean? Could be whatever. But I can tell you one thing, that wasn't no coon track.
Well, they're not born big. I mean, it was probably just baby, squatch.
Right. And another thing I noticed, during the wintertime, it's hunting season, of course. And so all the wildlife is going to push towards the Gulf, right? Dogs are hunting them. They're being pushed hard. Hogs are going to push towards the Gulf of Mexico. I didn't find but one hog track that year. And I thought that was strange. One hog track, one wild hog track, and all that area right there. That place should have been riddled with wild hog track. Even if there was a scarceness of hogs, there should have been plenty of hogs in that area. I'm serious. People in Taylor County don't get in the boat and go hunting. I mean, there might be 2 or 3 folks, but for the most part, they grab a dog and they turn on the track. Unless they sit on a stand somewhere, Anyway, that's what I saw and that's what I heard. And I hope I didn't talk you guys to death.
Man, thank you for sharing, for sure.
Absolutely, thank you for sharing.
That was riveting. It really, thank you for sharing.
I feel bad for interrupting you.
Oh yeah, that's the reason why I didn't speak up and said,
No,
"Hey, folks." Mo, you left my show last night before there was a guy that actually shared with me via email a goat man picture. Did you
I saw it.
You saw it? What'd you think of it?
I don't know, dude. It looks good, but you have to question it.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm on the fence about just about anything that comes across my way. I can share it with. Let's see. I think you can share it on this thing. Hold on just a second.
Sure.
Let me see if I can share this.
Yeah, this was an interesting picture.
Guys,
What's up, Daniel?
But I need to leave just for a second, okay?
All right.
All right. And then hold on just a second. Let me get this thing. Okay. Can you see my screen right now? Or no?
Not yet.
Oh, I gotta actually pick it, then share it.
There you go.
All right. There you go. That's it.
There we go.
There.
Wow. What is that?
It's supposed to be down in Tallahassee.
Yeah, this is in Florida. It's got horns on it. Looks like it, I was staring at this last night going, not sure what to make of it.
Look how long the arm is.
Yeah, that's the guy, Cameron, said he got this from another guy that he had the entire story with, but he's supposed to share, get him on my show and also Dogman Cam's show and get the full story behind it. But this is in Tallahassee, somewhere around Tallahassee. So
yeah, I
don't know. That's just a strange picture. One of the better ones, and usually I get blob. If this is a blob dogman or this is a blob squatch or whatever. But this one, first one I like. Oh, hey, that's actually, was this real? That's actually when I looked at it, I commented on there. First time I said, is this thing real?
Yeah, I was there when you opened it last night.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. So tell me what you guys think about that. That's just one of those things. I'm going to go ahead and stop that real quick.
The arm's really long, for sure.
So
yeah.
Stevie is like, what the fuck is that?
Well,
supposedly a goat man
around Tallahassee.
Yeah,
that's a goat man.
That's
it had a goat head on it. You didn't see the horns?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but, wow.
Hold on a second. I'll reshare the screen and get that
Yeah,
thing back
we'll
up.
put it back
Yeah,
up. I have no
bring it
problem
up,
with that.
man.
And let me get this share screen. There you go. Click that and click that, and then pop this.
Here
There
we
you
go.
go.
Bring it up again.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
What the heck, man?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes you wonder, well, is this too good to be true, or
Well,
what
when
is it?
I was trying to figure it out last night, like it was like was something, was it like say a Bigfoot walking away with a ram over its shoulder, you know, just anything. It was just weird.
Oh yeah.
That's what it really looks like.
Well, you can see, you know, the arms and stuff here, right through
Yeah,
here.
I
Oh,
see
and
that.
that's a
You
big
can
ass
see the
hand
bend of the
too.
elbow, the proportions on this thing. I don't know if this is a guy in a costume or not. Just looking at the proportions for the elbow bend.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, let's hold on a second. In Tallahassee, Florida, let's just say an hour away. Dude, you ain't gonna walk in nothing that thick and that big in these thick forests. That dude right there would be dead. It's too hot to be walking around in that kind of mess.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things you got to think about when you see these videos, these pictures, and that come out of nowhere. And
This was a game cam pic, wasn't it? Or
I don't know. I can't remember exactly what Cameron said about it. It might have been a game cam pic, but apparently this guy captured this. I'm pretty sure he said game cam pic. Now that you mention it, but
yeah, I think it was.
Look how wide he is, man.
Leslie says, I don't think it's an arm. I think the branch may be in the way.
Wow, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
I don't know. He could be carrying something, you know, like over here. I know there's a lot of vegetation right here, but that might be the snout of something right there. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's kind of the fun of doing these open lines that I do.
Absolutely.
You never know what you get.
You're right.
Absolutely.
Have you ever seen a Sasquatch or a dog man?
Me personally, no, but I know people that I've known all my life and love that have seen Dogman and Bigfoot. The love of my life, Miss T's had a Dogman encounter that I've shared, had her on my show. So, yeah.
She's in Canada, correct?
Yeah, she's in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah. Had her, most of her family. Most of her family on the show telling the same story from different points of view. And it's just one of those, okay, you sold me before, but now I got 3 people telling the same story. And there's another person that I probably will never get on my show that saw it as well.
Okay.
Wow.
A Bigfoot and a dog man?
No, a dog man for the one in Canada. Yeah, there's all kinds of UFOs and whatnot that I've caught up there or got camera and video footage of that. I actually got one of the videos on my channel, Chasing the Truth, over there.
Chasing the Truth. I'm gonna have to check that out, man. I've never really heard of it before. I'm gonna have to check it out for sure.
Oh,
Jeez,
yeah.
I've been watching Shawn for probably a year now.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, thanks. Well, it's evolved. My show has evolved. I've been doing this for about 3 years, and it's just like, okay, I think I found my niche. It's just, you know, I've expanded to 2 shows here recently in the last month or so. So, two shows a week, and it always amazes me. You know, I used to have nervous fits before I went on to do these live call-ins.
I still do.
Yeah, you get well. I went in
a little panic attack.
A little panic attack going, okay, well, I'm going to talk about what's going to happen. And then I've got used to, well, you know, just it's like you build it and they come. You open up the lines and they call.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's fantastic. I've had, near-death experiences call in. I've had Bigfoot sightings. Had one guy on the Florida, Alabama line talk about Dogman line. Was it a couple of shows ago? A couple of shows ago.
I'm going to have to check that out, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that Levi, Edward, Moggs can probably. Did you hear both of his recounts of that story about the missing time he got to High Point, North Carolina?
I came in when he was in the middle of that.
Okay, well, literally within about 23 hours of him having this experience, he calls into my show and says that he was on a highway going back home. He just had got a full tank of gas and what just come from McDonald's and picked up a pack of chicken nuggets to eat. He never had anything that day. And on his way back, he got flashed by a blue brilliant light. And 2 hours later, 45 miles down the road, or 20 miles down the road, driving 45 miles an hour, he got flashed. And 2 hours later, he's still driving the car, but only 20 miles down the road, and no gas was used and nothing was off the odometer. And he got checked by his doctor, said, nope, there's no dementia or anything like that after the fact. And for about a week, he thought, Miss T said to check your messages. It's about this topic. Oh, okay. I did not see that. All right. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Okay, Shawn, I did subscribe to your channel about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well, I appreciate it, buddy.
Awesome.
What's that black dude's name?
Sorry, Leslie. She's craving the smoke now.
He was hosting his show, I believe.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But Edward has called in, and he's just got that. As soon as you hear these people tell this truth, and they kind of relive it, but 23 hours after, he was still experiencing this thing. And then he called in last night and recounted, and he had been followed for about a week by a blacked out SUV for about over in High Point, North Carolina. You know everybody around. Story gets out, everybody knows it, knows who told it and whatnot.
Sure.
Yeah, he said, I don't know who these guys were, but they got this real fear that he got followed around by this black SUV with blacked out windows. You couldn't see who was driving. And that was one of those holy cow, I got this on my show right now kind of things. And have I seen UFOs? Yeah, I've never seen any kind of cryptid. I don't want to see one, but I've had friends all my life come up to me, said he saw a Bigfoot tree stand hunting over in Grayson County, Virginia, and he told me this.
Related at all, the UFOs and cryptids?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can go to any particular website or whatever that actually tracks these and maps them out. Lay these maps of sightings of UFOs, lay these maps of sightings of Bigfoot, ghost sightings, paranormal, lay the maps on top of each other, and they pretty well correlate.
So you think they are everything is related? Everything paranormal that we can't explain?
Everything in this universe is tied together in one shape, form, or fashion.
Sure.
It's all energy. I had a near-death experience, and I saw how everything was connected. It's sort of like a very robust interweb of it looks like a spider web. Everything is connected. I'm connected to you. You're connected to me. Like this cup of Mountain Dew in front of me is connected to me, even though I've not drank it yet. But it's just one of those crazy things.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's wild. And that's one of the reasons I started doing this show, is just to get this out and get other people to tell their truths out. There's only been a handful of people I said, hey, I don't believe you. But there, a lot of people call in and tell these fantastic stories and go, oh, wow, all right. I didn't even think of that. Ghost sightings. I've had crazy crap happen in my house while I'm on air. I had one lady call in, I think she was in her RV and was telling about a UFO sighting. You could hear whispering in the background. It wasn't for me. It was
the EVP things, right?
Yeah, EVP things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was going on with her end. Have I heard EVPs before? Absolutely. I can't really talk about any of it because I was said not to say anything about it. And I'm going to leave it at that. So,
yeah. No problem.
Shawn.
Yeah,
Do
Daniel.
you think that it's possible that there are certain people that are chosen to receive, maybe being able to see these type of sightings, such as UFOs and Bigfoots and what have you?
Well, if you look, usually people with Cherokee heritage, Scottish heritage, usually if you got the blend of both of those bloodlines, they're pretty prone to seeing UFOs and Bigfoot and paranormal. I've got some Scottish heritage in my family, some German heritage, and probably Miss Mosh or just about anything else you can throw in the pot there. But I've seen ghosts. I've seen shadow people all over the place, and usually it's harbingers of death. To me, when I see a shadow person, I would see those so often in hospital and see these things run by me quietly, just absolutely stealth, and go okay. And then it wasn't no time, moments, and I'd walk in and find a person dead in a room. And
I remember you saying that.
yeah, actually, I tried to get on old Art Bell show when he was on not terrestrial radio, that whatever his last iteration of the show, satellite radio. Yeah.
Leslie says I have a shadow man living in my house.
Wow. Well, yeah, cryptids, you need to start rebuking that thing. They do react. I actually had one. Mo, since you've been listening to me for about a year, you probably heard me talk about this shadow creature that I woke up to in the corner of my bedroom. And I looked at it and I got up on my elbows and said, I'm going to figure out if I can stick a broomstick up your, what. You remember that? And it ran, it literally, it just leaped. I couldn't hear it. It leaped through a closed door and I didn't see it after that.
So, Shawn, what do you think a shadow creature is, or a shadow person?
It's so hard to, it's not like you can feel it. Sometimes you can feel them. To me, when I had my near-death experience now almost 6 years ago, I came back and I was able, all the lights are on, so to speak. But I can't feel these shadow people. I see them. The last one I saw was a few nights ago, about a week ago now, and I kind of contemplate, was it one of these hat men? But it sort of looked like a humped over old lady standing in my dining room. And what it is, I don't know. I don't think it is a ghost per se. I don't think it's a demon. I think it might be something that's bleeding over from another dimension. It's kind of a stretch of the imagination, but the stuff that I've been exposed to, heard, seen, and been told, that doesn't seem that far-fetched at all.
No, my experiences are paranormal. I mean, I've never seen a ghost, but actually, I've saw an orb.
I have too.
Yeah, I was living in a house that I knew the owners and they were murdered in the house, and I moved into the house to kind of help watch the house. The daughter didn't live there, and I had some weird things happen there, where I saw an orb come out of the bathroom. It was this electric blue, because a dog did come up for the weekend to visit, and I was in the master bedroom, and I took that bedroom because it had a bathroom, in the bedroom, and I was sleeping in their bed. And they came up for the weekend and they brought their dog. And in the middle of the night, the dog came into the room and it woke me up. And I yelled at the dog. I said, "Get out of here, Tristy." She runs out. But as soon as I, said that, out of the corner of my eye, I catch this blue light. And now I look to the bathroom and this orb floats out of the bathroom and goes by the bed, fades away. And I rolled over and went back to sleep.
Have you ever woke up and seen something at the end of your bed?
No.
Or as quarter of the bed? Oh, man, I hate it when that happens.
So, Shawn, what is that? Is that sleep paralysis, or is that something else?
Well, actually, you're talking to old executive over a bunch of sleep labs. So I used to go out and do medical talks on sleep everything. From sleep apnea, sleep paralysis, hypnagogic hallucinations, you name it. I've talked about it. People, literally, the doctors that you talk to, they don't know why we sleep. They don't know why we dream. They couldn't tell you what it is. They just know certain stages of sleep you're more prone to dream. With these, the old man, the old hag syndrome, that you wake up and you see these things, they think it is what's called a hypnagogic hallucination, that you wake up, half your brain is still asleep, half your brain's waking up, and what you're dreaming of is superimposed on your visual field as you're waking up. So if you're dreaming of a dog, like Moggs just talked about, and you wake up in that state, that dog's going to be in somewhere in your field of vision until you wake up fully. But do I believe that's the truth behind all these sightings? No. Everybody says science this, science that. Science don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. It changes from one opinion to the next, moment to moment, depending on if they're trying to argue one way or the other. And it's
true. It's sad.
It is true.
It's true.
It's true. If somebody starts waving their science finger at you, you're like, buddy, I've been in science all my life, and I've seen science change. From month to month. I've had, there was one thing that I actually seen. They pulled off the market in healthcare. It's called it was a cold sterilization liquid, and it's green. I forgot what it's called right off the top of my head. But they pulled it off the market, put it back on the market, and pulled it back off, and never changed the formula because it supposedly caused cancer. But I seen it pulled off the market and put back on 4 times, and I was like, what's the science behind this? Why is that? But last time I went, it's called Cydex, Cydex. You can probably look it up and Google it and see that it's been pulled on and off the market so many times it make your head spin. But it's just ridiculous. People, if they start saying, hey, this is science. Okay, science is just our best guess at best.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. They made it's just like the old wise tales telling old stories around fire pits. Like exactly what science is, except it's in a format that people accepted and thought, well, this is probably more true than saying, hey, this ghost entered my house, knocked over everything. My sister, I can't believe how much paranormal crap she's had in her life, and she's told me stories that I was like, you did what? You saw this? One evening in her old house, she was sitting in the den and looked straight into her kitchen, and something took a piece of paper towel, ripped it off the roll, and laid it on the counter. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Yep, I've seen that.
Wow.
Yeah, sleep paralysis is a wild thing. I've had it personally. Haven't had it in a while, but I've seen people have it in my sleep labs doing sleep studies on it, and it will drive you insane.
So you have seen people having this, experiencing this?
Absolutely. I've seen people, I've done thousands of sleep studies on people personally. I've read, I couldn't tell you, tens of thousands of sleep studies.
And people have had sleep paralysis?
Yep. Wow. The worst one I saw was a 90-year-old lady. And this, have you heard of narcolepsy? Have you heard of that?
Yes. Oh, yeah. When you can't stay awake. Yeah.
When you can't stay awake. And then usually narcoleptics, when they have this breakthrough and they fall asleep like that, that's really, really bad. That's the worst kind.
Wow.
Usually it's pretty mild. They'll get yawns or something like that, but it's usually triggered by some sort of emotional outburst. Like saw my friend ain't seen in a while, and I got surprised by it. And in the worst case scenario, they fall down like they got shot, dead. Yeah. Worst one I seen, the little lady was 90-some years old, and I did a sleep study on her. Don't know why I was doing a sleep study on a 90-year-old, but okay, I digress. Yeah. Doctors do it for whatever reason. And you get their order, and it's appropriate and got put
Science.
Science.
Yeah,
exactly. 90 years old. Why is a 90-year-old anybody in a sleep lab? Okay, they've been like this all their life. Why in the hell are they in my sleep lab? They're going to change their ways? No, they're 90 years old. They've already got that path beaten down and drug out. They're not going to change their ways, pretty much. But this lady had it's called cataplexy. where they just lose motor control of their body and they fall asleep. And she was kind of spooked because her daughter was there, and she was kind of spooked. And she literally was so had so much anxiety with me doing this to her. She was having cataplexy. I had to literally hold her head up and put the wires on her head. She would, her daughter was sitting there holding her hand. Mom, wake up! Mom, wake up! Sleep apnea is the bread and butter of all sleep labs. That's where they make their, not make their money. They, usually sleep labs are in the hole, unless you're one of my sleep labs. But they stole my ideas, and I turned sleep labs upside down. I actually had one of the major sleep device companies come to me and try to get me drunk to tell them how I was doing. Turned sleep labs up, boosted the out. Went from being under budget to over budget for 3 years in a row, production wise. And they come back and said, "Hey, we're from Philips. We want to know what you're doing."
Yeah.
But I digress. It's one of those things. But sleep is just a wild thing. And actually what got me into it was dreams of prophetic dreams. That was so fascinating to me.
You have that?
I've had it. Yeah, I've had one, that 9/11 thing that happened back in the day. I had months before a dream about crumbled buildings, and I knew it was on the East Coast somewhere. And the dream that I had, I remember a helicopter or some sort of airplane or something crashed into a building. And there was a guy amongst the wreck. It sort of sounded like it was static radio interference. And so this guy said, "I wish I told her I loved her before this happened." And then I woke up and I'm like, "Holy cow!" And what's the guy that just left earlier? He was talking about, or somebody was talking about internet people. I was the internet guy. Back in my 20s, I was running all kinds of different chat rooms and stuff. I actually had a log of a chat that I did. I told this story about that dream I had. I said this was so freaking real, and I've lost it. It's on 2 or 3 computers back before
AOL chats and.
Oh yeah, way back when, where you had to have chat bots to take care of things and junk like that. You get some yahoos in there to start cussing and taking
Yahoo
over
was something else.
Yeah, Yahoo. Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, sleep is just a crazy mishmash of a lot of ideas. I've done sleep studies for the the run of the road sleep apnea stuff. Restless Legs was usually the next one.
RLS,
yeah, RLS. I've had some people that literally kicked like the Rockettes all night long. And when I say kick like the Rockettes, they literally, if they put a football in front of them, they probably kicked the field goal 400 times before they woke up.
So, is there any kind of cure for restless leg syndrome?
It depends on what it is. It depends on what caused it. If it's from diabetic neuropathy, nope. They can give you drugs to calm down the nerves for that.
Magnesium helps.
Sometimes you just have to talk to your doctor. Usually, I've not been in the game for about half a decade now, 6 years. So I'm sure there's probably something out there. There was usually along the lines of anti-seizure drugs that helped, derivatives of it and stuff. And it helped with that. But it depends on what caused it. It could be just some sort of brainstem problem. It could be, like I just said, diabetic neuropathy. Oh my God. I'm talking medical stuff I haven't even uttered in a long time. It's coming out of me. But yeah, usually I'm talking about dogmen and Bigfoot and ghosts and paranormal stuff. This medical stuff I hadn't really uttered in a long time.
Well, when you tie it in with the sleep, the studies and sleep paralysis, because we talk about that occasionally. Ben pushed the wrong button again.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
So it all ties in, you know?
Yeah. Well, sleep, from my perspective, like I said earlier, they, from a medical point of view, from a science point of view, they don't know why we dream. They couldn't tell you why we dream. There's a lot of papers out there. Usually you see a lot of doctoral thesis on dreams, because one, that's an easy subject that they can just about make up as they go along and not really have anything to back it up. And, that's easy teasy, get it out of the way kind of stuff. And I read so many of those studies, and, after about the 10th or 11th and reading different points of view, I was like, well, these suckers don't know anything at all why we dream.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, what makes sense to me? What makes sense to me is that we're dreaming and we're going along in this dream, and we're touching the other side in some form or fashion. Are we communicating with other people, other beings, or whatever? Possibly. I can't see, couldn't give you a good argument against it at all. Couldn't. But this dreams is just one of those crazy, wild stuff. Do I believe a lot of these people that say, hey, you dream this is a dream interpreter? I don't know. It's subjective, and so it's just one of those things. What does it mean to you? Usually, the ones that I had seen that had such horrible dreams were in little kids, or ones that were suffering PTSD. Those were the ones that scared the living crap out of me, and I did that for a living, screaming like bloody murder in the middle of a sleep study. Okay, what was that? 3 hours into it, everybody's calmed down, and you're trying to keep yourself awake, monitoring, these little squeaky lines and running across the screen. And then all of a sudden, a blood-curdling yell rings out of the night, cutting through the night like a knife. Yeah, that'll wake you up real quick.
Sure.
Yeah. Paranormal in a sleep lab. I had a sleep lab that was an old ICU, converted old ICU. And it was haunted by this ghost named Carson. And I had 3 different people explain to me the same person, describe the same person to me over a course of 5 years, sitting in the same corner looking at him. And I'm like, the one lady actually the next day she didn't say anything to me. The other 2 woke up and said, Shawn, I thought you was in here. Until I saw that the guy was bald and he wasn't wearing scrubs. I was like, okay. And the one lady waited till the end of the study, and I was finishing up the exit interview for the lady, and she said, is there an old guy that died in here? Bald, wore a short sleeve button-up shirt with a collar. And I was like, well, yeah, I've heard about that from a couple other people and from the staff that actually took care of this person as he died in this ICU. He said, yeah, I saw that sitting over in the corner in that room over there, same room too, same corner, same chair, that they all saw this thing.
And he's been there at that time for 5 years. Wow.
Well, no, over a course of 5 years, this guy I never knew personally, never met the guy, and didn't know him why he was living or anything. But he turned TVs on and off, and a lady that taught me how to do sleep studies back before they actually had courses to actually teach people how to do sleep studies. She said, hey, there's a ghost in here named Carson. He'll turn TVs on and off and move things. And all you have to do is, if it happens in the middle of the night and you don't have time to mess with them, just say, Carson, hey, I don't need you to be turning the TV on and off. Usually they turn on and then flip over to what I used to call the Hair Network, those old televangelist TV shows. And it always turned on, no matter what the channel was left on before. It happened one night while this guy was with me, and she just said, hey, Carson, don't mean to be impersonal or anything like that, but we don't have time to mess with you. TV turned off. And it happened to me one night while I was doing this by myself. I said, hey, Carson, I don't need to mess with you tonight. Can you turn that TV off? Boom, TV's off.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's it going, Joe?
Hey, I'm all
Hey,
right.
Joe. Just
few
telling old
coaches-
ghost stories, buddy.
A few coaches in me, so I don't know if you want me on here tonight. Watch the Cowboy game. I just want to come on and say hi.
So, Joe, I didn't forget, and I know the other day you mentioned it, and we never got to it. You were like, "Well, what did I give you?" And then you were like, "Well, you gave me boots," but yeah, Joe
There
gave
it
me
is.
a t-shirt. Squatching Cowboy.
I thought you never wear green. I don't know why you took it. You always wear black.
Well, old Bears is white. But yeah, this shirt I could swim in it. It's a 3X.
That's all
I'll
that was
wash
left.
it a few times.
That was all that was left.
No, that was fine, man, and thank you so much for it.
I thank you for the boots, man. I ain't tried them on yet. I just got my tin up today and started drying it out. Still got about an inch of water in it.
I'll tell you what, dude. I've been wearing that brand of boots, Original SWAT, for in 10 years. I went through probably 8 pairs of those boots. I wore them so hard. I think you'll like them.
Well, it's too damn hot out here to wear them.
Well, no, but you'll see. It's like they're so light and just your feet breathe and you'll enjoy them.
I just want to say, Mr. Lee, if you'll message me, I'll send you a shirt. I don't know how you message me, but my email, I guess, or something. Give me a size and address and all that good stuff, and I'll send you a shirt. Just so I can go over in the UK.
There you go, Mr. Lee. That's awesome. Time is it? 1:52.
That's why I came here so late, because like I haven't watched the damn Cowboy game and start early drinking. And
did the Cowboys win?
No, they lost in the last 20 seconds.
Oh man!
Tampa Bay kicked the field goal. They won 31-29.
Yeah,
a hell of a game though, boy.
Mm.
Picked off Tom Brady twice.
Yeah.
That man is still throwing a ball.
Yeah, dude, he's 44.
Who's he with?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he's like 20 something, man. I can't believe that guy. He's just. I mean, I like Tom Brady, but man, when somebody's that good, man, you gotta give.
Well, who's he with now? Is he still with New Orleans now?
Tampa Bay.
No, he wasn't with New Orleans.
Not New Orleans. He was with
Tampa Bay.
He was with
Tampa.
New England.
New England and then Tampa Bay.
Well, he was in New England forever. I know that.
Yeah.
He won 6
I don't follow it.
I don't blame you.
6 goals for New
I don't
England,
blame you.
and then 1 for Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Cowboys played the shit out of them, though, man. I couldn't believe the Cowboys. Last few seconds, Cowboys are winning. They come down and kick the field goal and won 31-29. And a lot of people lost a lot of money because Tampa Bay was 9-point favorites.
I don't gamble. I don't watch sports.
Not when it comes to the Cowboys, I don't gamble. Because you never know what you're going to get with them.
Leslie says she's a Steelers fan.
Sorry. No, I can't say anything about the Steelers. They got one more trophy than us. Anybody else I can talk shit about, but
yeah, I'd rather be fishing on a Sunday afternoon than watching a football game.
Well, it's Thursday night, Mode. Shit.
Thursday nights count too, but I'd rather be fishing on Thursday night than watching a football game.
Yep.
The only time I watch football is when the Cowboys are playing.
I just never got into sports. I mean, I appreciate watching a game now and then, but to the people that are so like into statistics and just know everything, it's like I can't be bothered.
When it comes to Cowboys, I was born the same year the Dallas Cowboys were born, and my dad was holding me up to watch Eddie LeBaron lose. I think they went 0-12 or something like that. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, win, lose, or draw.
Huh? I get it.
And we still got 5 Super Bowls. So anybody that don't have 5 Super Bowls and they say, oh, well, you ain't won that in 25 years, what's taking y'all so long to catch up?
Yep.
Well, I'm just glancing through chat. Guys, if you have any questions in chat, put them in caps and we'll just start throwing them out there. Comments, whatever. I love the Cowboys, but we lost against Florida. WTF.
Super Bowl champions, though. Played a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game. Like I say, Tampa Bay was favored by 9 points.
That's so good. Wow.
Mr. Lee says thank you.
You got to message me first, give me your damn address. And I'll tell you what.
Well, you'll get there, but you offer it.
What, Mr. Lee, I'll give you a T-shirt if you come on Moses' show.
Damn.
Hey man, I want
He's
one.
going to tell you to stuff the shirt.
He ain't gonna do it.
He won't do it.
I know.
Shawn, Mr. Lee has been in our chat and all the other chats for a while now, and he always said he promised me I'd be the first show he came on, but we just can't get him on.
I'm bribing you, Mr. Lee. I'm bribing you with a T-shirt.
Oh, he's like, oh man.
Come on, Mr. Lee. It's almost quitting time for Mogs right here, man. You can come on just for 2 minutes.
I don't know. What we've tried. I think we tried bribing him before. Didn't work.
It needs to come off his shelf his beard. His lock beard.
Wow.
He's got a beard now.
Did he grow a beard?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
It looks good too.
I saw a picture of him when he put it up, like a recent picture. But it was so quick because he only had it up there for like, instead of the one that like this one with the bandana. I think he was like 12 in that picture.
Yeah. I don't think he was even a teenager in that picture. Don't be shy, Mr. Lee. Come on, damn it.
What did Jeff say? Jeff says Lee is going to come on and sing karaoke. Do you really want to hurt me?
Wow. Wow.
George. Boy George.
Culture Club.
Culture Club.
Mogs, want to see the beard? Yeah, we all want to see the beard, dude.
Yes. Show him the beard, Mr. Lee.
Let's see. I got to make sure he doesn't pop in. I can't.
Give us like 30 seconds, Mr. Lee. 3-0.
Oh, we what?
Make sure they ain't Polly.
What do you mean you saw it, Stevie? How did you see it?
Yes. Stevie B seen it.
Sure, that was the beard. Never mind.
No. No, his beard's longer than that.
Wow. Wow.
You never know where this shit's gonna go, Shawn.
Every time.
It's supposed to be
All
after
right.
Goldies.
That's what live is supposed to do. You never know what's going to come back.
Brown Dwarf, what's up, man? Good to see you in chat. There's
Hey,
so many,
Judy Wheeler.
so many people showed up and I haven't said hi to, but
Judy
what's
Wheeler
up,
messaged
everybody?
me. Judy Wheeler messaged me, and I'll see what I can do by getting you a shirt.
Mogs, how can I see the chat on my computer?
On the right, it says comments. On the far right,
Yep.
hit comments.
10-4.
You just can't comment, though. You can't type. You can read, but you can't type.
That's
Okay,
good.
Unless you go to YouTube and do it through YouTube.
So I can laugh at everything everybody says. Okay.
It'll log you off sometimes too. It will log you
So,
off.
Mr. Lee, are you gonna grace us with your presence?
Come
Come
on.
on, Mr. Lee.
You only got a few minutes left.
Hey, you gotta. Here, Leslie says I'll trade you a T-shirt for a coffee mug, Joe.
All right. I
There
don't
you
drink
go.
coffee, but I like the smell of coffee, but I don't drink coffee. I drink Dr. Pepper.
That's terrible for you.
I know, so's coffee.
He's
Not
not
as bad as
saying.
Doc.
He's not
I
saying
drink.
drugs.
No, he's not
Midnight
saying, is he?
voice, my friend.
He's a pussy.
Hey, Mr. Lee, you should have heard what Mug was calling you out there at the Squatch Out, man. It was worse than
Oh man, terrible. Don't start shit.
Mugs, I got some good video of us going up the mountain.
I just played some earlier.
Oh, you mean I must have missed it?
Yeah,
I was watching the Cowboy game.
Wow.
yeah. No, I played some of it earlier. When we got to the first stop, and we're all like dying.
Oh, you know, it's not all of us. It was me that was going. I couldn't breathe.
And it's funny because the footage it's from the I had that chest cam.
Yeah.
that I mount on my chest. So if I stand still and the camera's pointing at one thing, you can tell how hard how bad I'm doing because you can see my heartbeat.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
The picture flickers. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, it's my heartbeat.
Hey, I didn't cut none of that out though. I left it all in there. Me breathing like that. I left it all.
Oh,
in there.
I'm not editing a damn thing.
I ain't either, man. I mean, even you can even see how I do my videos now because I don't cut nothing out. I mean, everything is there, everything.
So
He really does.
squatching cowboy. Huh?
That's it.
All right.
Like I say, in this video, I think it's 3 or 4 videos. I don't cut nothing out. I show you how I video stuff and like me waking up in my tent and everything. It's all there. I mean, I can't leave a camera running for me waking up when I'm asleep. I
Yeah.
can't keep the camera on, so it's all there. I've got 3 parts. I've got 3 parts done. I'm gonna do the 4th part maybe tomorrow or something.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, chasing the truth and squatching cowboy.
Oh, wait a minute. Where did that go? Oh,
My
here we
no,
go.
Maybe on monster.
my no BS.
That's
search-
Mr. Lee now. You see the pic?
To the beard
Yeah. Damn.
looks awesome. He's gonna look like Lockbeard before too long.
Gilligan wants his hat back, though.
I think Mr. Lee and Lockbeard are cousins or something. Mr. Lee probably lives in a van too.
Oh, stop. Who the hell just... I was talking to somebody, and I said I had to... Was it... Somebody said something about me living in in a tent. Because I said yesterday I was in somebody's chat and I had to put up the tent because it was still wet and I dried it out. And they're like, "What? You're in a tent? What? Are you living in a tent?" I'm like, "Dude, that's how rumors start. Knock it off."
My stuff, I put mine up today. I put mine up today in the driveway so it air out, dry out. There was still pockets of water in there, about an inch and a half, something like that. That's how much water I got in my tent.
Yeah, that was after you left, and I walked over to your side. I was like, "Damn!"
Yeah, did you see the water? Where the
It was a
tent
pond.
It was all running down from you and Bear and everything. It was running right down.
Oh yeah, it was our fault.
It's all you're and Bear's fault. Bear put me over there because he knows the lower spot than his, and then he sits there and talks about, "Oh, I didn't get wet."
I don't live in a tent either, BD.
Well, a couple of days you did.
Well,
Where's Iron Dogger these days, Mogs?
where what?
Where's Iron Dogger these days?
Right now, she's in Anchorage. She was in chat,
Yeah, I seen her earlier.
and yeah, she's like, yeah, she's in Anchorage. She'll be here on Tuesday. I got a message from her, and I said something I shouldn't have before on the air as to what she's doing. So I'm not
What
going to
was
say
that?
it again.
What was that, Mogs?
Nice try.
I missed it. I got here late, remember?
I'll tell you
It's, it's recorded. So
But speaking of after, I want to thank we're over 2 hours now. Anybody, before we kill this, anybody got questions and or nothing, anything in chat? Put them in caps. Otherwise, we're just going to bounce out of here. And what the hell is a Whipple cake?
All right, folks. Well, I appreciate you having me on there, Moggs. Thanks,
Shawn,
fellas.
thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
All right.
Do
See you guys.
appreciate it. I'll see
Good
you
night.
on Saturday.
All right.
Like
See you.
John,
Good night, man. Thank you.
hey, I just want to say I have my video out Saturday morning, 8:00. If anybody wants to watch it, like I said, it's uncut, uncensored. I mean, everything's there, blurry pictures and everything.
Thanks, Joe. If you guys want to hang out back, I'll be right back there.
All right.
yeah, what?
Ben, thanks for showing up. If you want to hang out back again, I'll hang out for a little while backstage. I just want to say goodnight to everybody.
Yeah, man, no problem.
So now's a good time if you want to say goodnight.
Good night, everybody. It's
People
been
are
a
happy to
long
see you, man.
time. Yeah, it's good to be back.
Right on.
I don't know how long I'll be back, but
Hey,
it's good tonight.
man. As long as you let us know you're alive.
Yeah, dude, I'm good.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even touch the keypad in it. That was weird. But yeah, man, I hope to see you soon. I'll see you in a minute.
All right, man.
Daniel,
Yes, sir.
thank you so much for coming on tonight, man. That was a good story.
I really appreciate you for putting up with me.
Oh, no worries. It was all good. Stevie B says, Ben, don't be a stranger. But yeah, I'm gonna put you backstage and I'll be back. So again, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out. I appreciate it. Where is that button? There it is. All right. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Everybody in chat. Shawn Graham, check him out on, it's Chasing the Truth with Shawn Graham. Saturday, it'll be on the Dark Waters Network. And Wednesdays, he does it also too, his own show. Also, Cryptids Canada. Please check out Leslie. Subscribe to her. She's if you like narrated stories, please go and check her out. You'll really enjoy. She's got a great voice. She's so fun. No, you didn't. He can't offend me, Leslie. Yeah. Wasatch, Sasquatch, Wendigo. Right on. Thanks for showing up, dude. I will be back on Tuesday with my co-host Iron Dogger. If you guys enjoyed this show tonight, please hit the like button. If you're new, like the gentleman I just Wasatch Sasquatch, subscribe and hit the comments because I love getting comments from you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Well, I'll see you probably tomorrow night somewhere in a chat. But in the meantime, you guys be good. Peace and God bless.